Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are joining us from. We are here today with Sridham and Aki, both from SuperOps.ai. Sridham is the growth marketer for SuperOps.ai, and Aki is the product manager for SuperOps.ai. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you, Scott. Really glad to be here.
Awesome. Well, we have heard an awful lot of noise and buzz around SuperOps.ai. So I'm super excited to be doing this demo with you guys and to be learning more about SuperOps.ai and seeing how SuperOps can help IT business owners with their business. But hey, before we get into that, I always ask everybody, where are you located and what's the weather where you're located at?
We are located in the southern part of India. We call this Chennai.
Okay.
So currently, that's where our development center is. SuperOps is actually headquartered in the US. We have a team there running operations, business,
Okay.
etc. But we have a considerable amount of development right here in our Chennai base as well. And so, as a
Awesome.
product manager, I'm right here with our development team at the moment, developing a lot of amazing stuff that I'm looking forward to show everyone today. And of course, the weather, generally it's always hot in here, but today it's bearable because it's rainy and
I got
it's a
you.
pleasant weather today. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm in South Carolina in the United States, and well, right now it's 43 degrees, so Fahrenheit. So a bit cold this morning, but it is sunny.
Yeah.
So, but it's always hot in South Carolina, so I totally understand the heat factor. So, well, tell us a little bit about SuperOps AI before we get started with the true demo.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. So I think our journey started around 3 years back, and both of our founders, both Arvind and Jay, are veterans of building great SaaS products
Okay.
because both of them have built great products for MSPs, internal IT, etc., in companies like Zoho, Freshworks. I'm sure many today watching this live would know about these companies. Zoho, where it has Manage Engine, which is one of the leading products in the IT business, and Freshworks, where Freshservice is one of the leading products out of Freshworks as well.
Okay.
So Jay and Arvind are from both started their journey building tools for IT as an industry, and they
Okay.
have done it over and over and again. And that they have done that in Zoho, then they have done that with Freshworks. And also, what happened is pretty much the focus was on internal IT as an industry, and we were building great tools. And as you know, that space is very well developed as well, where you have the ServiceNows and Freshservice, Manage Engine, and so many other leading solutions and innovative solutions ruling that space. But on the contrary, what we also looked is there is a beautiful space sitting out there, but where there has been less innovation happening, which is for the MSPs, the
Okay.
IT business owners and the MSPs. And we were looking into this space and we realized many of them are still stuck in archaic solutions, which was built 20 years ago. And or there were few providers who are the leaders at the moment, like Autotask, Kaseya, ConnectWise, who are having long contracts and been there in the space for a while, and few emerging players building pointed solutions, just an RMM, just a PSA, or just a PSA in RMM, etc. And interestingly, we got started talking to a lot of MSPs, especially MSPs who are of smaller sizes. And then we started even speaking to MSPs of the bigger sizes. What we commonly realized is, irrespective of the size, when an MSP even starts building their business, or even let's say at the revenue of 300K, 400K, even at that stage, they end up having 5 to 6 tools to run their business. Let's say there is an
Sure.
RMM which is powering through, then there is a PSA for running a business management, then there is your bookkeeping solution, payment solution, documentation solution, project management solution, and there is a point where you're just having, let's say, 6 to 7 solutions which you are trying to make it work to run your business. And this is what we realized with a lot of MSPs. And when all this is happening, when an MSP wants to grow, when they have a goal that they want to hit, let's say I want to become $1 million MSP, I want to grow from 1 million to 5 million, or how I want to grow as a company, you must be able to take decisions based on what's happening with your operations, with your clients, with your technicians, and all of that, And all that's going to happen only if all of this is in one single platform. That's when you'll be able to take great decisions with data across, is what we realized. So then we said, why not build a unified one-stop shop platform for MSPs so that they don't need to maintain 6 different vendors and 6 different tools, but they can just have one SuperOps.ai to run end-to-end operation of running MSP, from fixing and making sure that the lights up is for your client to getting paid on time. So the complete gamut is what SuperOps.ai has built, which I'll be showing as a demo. And one of the unique advantage that we have, because if everyone's wondering, we have .ai in our domain as well, is since we have built this in today's tech stack, that is cutting edge tech stack, and we have one platform where all data is flowing, we are one of the earliest providers who is primed to use all of this to innovate a lot of automations and efficiency through AI as well. We don't have baggage of legacy code, etc. So that is why we are looking to add a lot of innovation into this space with this platform that we have been actively, having MSP partners using for the last 1.5, 2 years already.
Awesome. So it sounds like Super Ops, the whole idea behind it is to bring all the multiple tools that MSPs and IT business owners are used to having to run their company under one central product called SuperOps.ai, and it can do everything for the MSP, and it's built mostly with automation in the background. So that's what your focus is heavy on automation, right?
Yep,
Awesome.
absolutely.
Perfect. All right. Well, I'm excited to learn more.
Awesome. I'll be. I'm super happy to show the platform to all of you. And just some, if you have any questions, people who are watching, feel free to just post it as and when you feel like, we will take it up. And if there are any questions that I can take some pause, I'll even park it later and answer. Or if I can take it right and then and there, I'll be I'll be happy to do that as well. So quickly sharing my screen to start showing what SuperOps.ai is all about.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure now everyone's able to see my screen. So, like I said, from day one, our company vision was not to build, let's say, hey, one solution, start selling it to MSPs, and then let's see how we want to build it out. But at the start itself, we wanted to come out with a unified platform. And like you said, the first screen that you land inside SuperOps will talk to you about that. I can see actually how my service desk is doing, what kind of tickets are coming in from my service desk, what kind of tickets are there in the queue, and are there any critical assets from my critical alerts from my assets that I'm governing for my important customers, and how's the load been like, and what kind of utilization my clients have been taking all this while, and how's my business doing? Are there any unpaid invoices? Are all systems patched and healthy? Is somebody looking to collaborate with me? Everything in one single dashboard. That's exactly what we are calling about SuperOps.ai. So when I have a nice Monday morning view, I don't need to switch between 6 different tools to get a Monday morning view saying what's going on in my business. It's one single tool, is what we have built at SuperOps. And of course, all these are customizable. I'm going to circle back to this unified screen that we have, where how you can go ahead and add as much details as possible. Let's say as IT business owners, how you can make sure you have your morning view as enriched as possible, so that you always know what's happening in your business. So that's where SuperOps starts. The journey starts with SuperOps. This is the first screen that you land into. And as you can see in the product, you have not just a couple of products in it or a couple of modules in it. You can see there is a whole gamut of modules. We have of course, ticketing, where all your conversation with clients is happening according to contracts, SLAs, everything is baked in. And also, you have project management. So, if you have to run an onboarding project or setting up a new site, or setting up an IT infrastructure for your client, etc., which is not ideally part of your contract or your usual tickets, it's on a longer horizon for a fixed fee, etc., then you have a tight project management right here, so that you don't need to shift between tools to understand and work across all of your tasks. So everything is in one single space where work has to happen. But that's where work is happening. But however, managing your IT infrastructure becomes the core of any MSPs and IT business owners, portfolio. So what happens is you will be able to manage assets. When I say assets, it includes workstations, Mac, Linux, Windows, your servers, And also we have network monitoring. So you can even monitor the network, which includes printers, routers, firewalls, switches, and how you can manage all of this is what we will be able to see. And when you're doing all of this for your clients, of course, you need to get paid. So we have a robust client management right inside the product itself, where I can maintain a list of prospects, my customers, what contract they are on, and based on all the work that is done, what invoice am I going to raise to them, which is automated so that I can get paid on time. And after I do all this, how I can make data-driven decisions with reports for my growth as an MSP. If I have a goal, what decision should I make today to reach that goal? And how can I get those insights? And all of that in one single platform, along with also IT documentation, which kind of stitches into every part of what I just said. Right? You want to know about a client, about an asset, about a ticket, what you should do, standard operating procedure, all your documentation also. You can forget about tab hopping, other tool again. You have documentation right here. So that's an overall view. As you can see, you get everything in one single package. And what is the value of having a unified solution like this is what I'm going to show you today. So now let's say that I'm just getting a call from a customer saying that they're not able to log in from their email, log in, etc. And they have an issue with their Outlook or etc. So these are all the common questions that you will be getting from your customers. And as you can see on the screen, this is where all these questions kind of flows in. And I can see there is an email issue, someone saying password is not working. So immediately I can look into that particular ticket, what the customer is saying. And the best part is SuperOps is automation driven. Now, the way we have designed every single screen in SuperOps is like a chef's table, right? You would have seen a lot of other contemporary tools that those are our competitors, etc. One of the things users like about SuperOps.ai is how intuitive it is and how you can get stuff done with as minimal clicks as possible, right? So what do I mean by that? Let's say I'm just a new technician in your business, and I just look into this particular ticket that has come in from one of my customers. Immediately, I get to know, okay, what the problem is and how long do I have to get back to the customer based on the agreement that I have as a contract with this customer. And you can see the automations is automatically categorized all of the issue, what has come in, what's the issue, etc. Because it's automation driven, and identified who's the right technician to fix this as well and put it onto the right queue. And all this is powered by our automation engine. And that's not where it ends. I said I'm a new technician, right? So, okay, it came into my queue. Now, what should I be doing? So rather than again asking so many people, what should I do? Where is their SOP or where's the standard operating procedure to get this done? SuperOps is super intuitive. It's already tagged a runbook for me saying that, hey, this seems like an exchange related issue. For this, you must be able to go ahead and initiate these tasks. And you have to do availability, you have to do the health check, you have to do all of this. So I can just immediately create those tasks. If it has to be delegated, it can be. If I have to take care of it one by one. And not only that, while I'm doing all this, customer experience and customer satisfaction is super important. As you can see, I have only 23 minutes to just send the first response to a customer saying I'm on it. So even to do that, we have reduced friction as much as possible. So for example, let's say when I click reply, automatically a reply can be populated or reply can be suggested based on the runbook, and I can quickly hit send. And also a couple of other things is if I have to initiate an approval before I do a reboot or etc. SuperOps will also prompt me saying, hey, you have some approvals that you have to go through before you do something. So I can quickly push out and get an approval for this. As you can see, everything is right behind a click. That's what SuperOps specializes in. And of course, for all this, I can have a timer running as well. And while I'm doing a work, and we have automated timers, the moment I come in, the timer could have kicked off as well. And these are all how efficient you can work inside a ticket, right? But predominantly, most of the time, I'm pretty sure if somebody is on the demo thinking, yeah, that's all great, but mostly I would want to know what happened to their machine. I'll be actually doing a lot of things with their machine, understanding how their machine's health is based on who raised the issue. That is why the power of unified platform comes in. As you can see, SuperOps automatically saying, hey, this person has this machine and could be that is the problem, or do you want to check the health of that machine? If I want to take a remote, I can take it right from here, or just one click on a tab hop, I'm already on that machine. screen, I quickly get a quick idea of, yeah, is there a question, Scott?
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to interrupt you, but I want to go back when you get a chance and talk about the
Uh-huh.
run book feature. That's part of the AI integration, I think, that would bring in. It's something I haven't seen on a ticketing system before, where basically it prevents the tech from having to go in and Google something. It brings the answers to them based on the ticket type already,
That's correct. That's correct. Yes,
reducing time.
definitely. That's absolutely. The goal is to reduce the learning curve for technicians and also reduce response times and resolution times for your customer. And when that happens, both as a business, since you are driving up your efficiency, you get
Mhm.
more billable hours for your growth. And similarly, for your customers, they're getting faster answers, so they are also happy. So it's a win-win situation where you drive efficiency and customers are also satisfied with what's happening. And that's exactly the role of a runbook. And like you said, of course, what we have currently with runbooks is I would be able to create these standard operating procedures rather than as a document and Google searches, etc., as different runbooks on how I'll use it. And we are also looking to gather more data to see how we can create these runbooks automatically for MSPs down the line. This is like the V1 of what we have done. And once you create these runbooks, I can use automations that's there in the product to say, if a ticket of this particular type comes in, then automatically associate this runbook, right? So that a technician would already know, saying that if a ticket has these characteristics, this type, a runbook is automatically associated, then I know what I have to do, and that's about it.
So how does the
So,
run book get a new run book get created? Does the
mhm.
technician or does the MSP staff create it, or is that something that it comes preset with a few already?
So we have a few best practice runbooks, but however, as an MSP, you can create your own runbooks as well. Because
Okay.
as an MSP, let's say you find saying that, hey, I have a recurring issue about, let's say, an issue A, and these are all the standard things that I would do. And maybe as a technician, this is the first time I solved a problem and I want to immediately document it as a runbook, then I can always create new runbooks right from here. So I can create a runbook like I'm showing. Then I can say when there is an application access issue, then these are all the tasks that I did that worked. And this is the approval I took. And these are all the replies that I use so that I don't waste typing it again and again, right? So
Very
I can
nice.
create this run book as a technician and just move on. So that's exactly how it is created. And general, the best practice, Scott, is of course a lot of MSPs already do this. Is technicians have to start documenting their solutions so that future they can save a lot of time. So rather than that residing in a Google Drive or a Google Doc or some other system, let's make it actionable so they can create runbooks and keep it so that it can be actionable and it can be used for driving those outcomes we discussed by automatically associating it to the right ticket using automations.
No, I love it. That's beautiful.
Awesome. I'm really glad that you're able to connect with that, Scott. So that's one thing. And while I'm doing all this, let's say I have to check some health, I have to do some run a script, or because Runbook is asking me to do a set of activities, then if I have to go to that asset to do those activities, it's right in a click, and I don't need to really go to a separate RMM search for that asset and bring that up, etc. In a click, I'm already here. And as you can see, while I'm doing all this work and I'm talking to you about this particular issue, the timer is also kind of tracking what I'm up to. And so that I never lose out on all the work that I'm doing. It's all going in one single space. And also, I can clearly see once I come into an asset, what happened recently, what went on. So I get a quick glance of what are all the recent activities, how is the other health like, and what are all the other statuses like. And I can even have my custom details on this and automatically populated based on scripts, etc. And if I have to double click on this asset and get a lot more details on what are the top 10 processes running, memory, volume, user logs, event logs, etc., you will be able to immediately scan all of that. And also, whenever you have to do some action on it, let's say you want to start and stop or restart a service, etc., you'll be able to do that here, view all your process, kill some processes, and see all the softwares that's installed. And you can also access the registry editor and file explorer to make sure that you're making the necessary changes to fix things. And that's not it. And if you have to run a script to fix a problem, then you can quickly run a script right from here. Or let's say you want to do some PowerShell commands and also or take a terminal and start troubleshooting, then you can immediately start a command prompt right from here for this machine. Or you have to guide the user to get things done. No worries. We have remote integrations like Splashtop comes with the tool. So I can just hit remote and immediately get on a session with the user, fix the problem. While I was doing all this, the best part is the time was tracking what I was doing all this while. And now I can just go back to my ticket and say, okay, the problem is fixed. This is my resolution. So I can go ahead and log this saying that what I did and then log it as a work log. And that's about it, right? So then this ticket is closed and I can move on. That's pretty much what a technician does on a daily basis in SuperOps .ai, Scott. But what I showed you is how the life of a technician is in SuperOps. And that is part of working on tickets, working on assets, troubleshooting, etc. But that's not where it ends. That's where maybe a few other tools would end, but SuperOps goes a little extra there. So a technician gets a nice little workspace. This workspace includes all their tickets or also projects that they are working on and tasks from both of them, right? So if I need to understand, okay, how is my day like? What and all tasks do I have today? So I can clearly see, okay, I have 5 tasks for the day, 3 from tickets, 5 from projects, etc., so that I can get knock them off from a single page. And also I can look into the projects that I'm part of, and I can see that I'm doing a Gmail to Outlook migration for one of my clients. So I can start working on these tasks and look at what the milestones are, who's doing what, which technician is held up on what kind of an issue. Are there any tasks that are still unassigned that I have to pick up? What I have to do and how to go about this particular project. All these details, you have a very nice project management solution right inside SuperOps itself. But now, what's the benefit of having both? Any work that happens in one single workspace is one, there's no context switching between two different tools. And also, as a technician, I can track time across all of the work that I'm doing. It can be, let's say, for a ticket or a project that I'm parallelly working on. So it's in one single space. And if I have to start a new work, then I can start that as well. So I have complete, let's say, control as a work environment as a technician from one single tab. And I didn't even open any other tab at all in my browser. So that is what we drive for a technician. But however, what we also realized is we have to add a lot of value for the business. When technician happiness is one of the primary things that we optimize for in SuperOps.ai. While that happens, we also make sure that we optimize a lot for the business as well. So from a manager standpoint of view, that's where these kind of dashboards come into the view, saying that or a manager or a owner getting a eagle's eye view of, hey, what's going on my help desk. And okay, I see that there are a lot of tickets that is clogged in the queue. What's going on? And many a times what happens is all the ticketing solutions, you'll just come to a list of tickets of what's going on. This is not going to really help me, right? Okay, what should I do? Where is the bottleneck? Who's stuck with what? Is somebody on leave and there are tickets sitting on them? How do I make these decisions? So that is why we have a way to visualize work as well. So I can flip the screen into a nice Kanban view and look at all the tickets saying, what's my service desk happening for my VIP clients? How are the tickets moving? Is there some particular technician that's on leave today? And how many tickets do they have? Oh, Adam has 5 tickets. Maybe I have to move these around because I know Adam's on leave. So maybe I'll just equally distribute the load so that the tickets can still be taken care of. How do I make these decisions and take care of my service desk operations on a daily basis? This is where it happens, and you'll get to visualize work very efficiently, Scott. So this is something that we have done. But on terms of, let's say, even looking at assets, right? What I spoke to you was, hey, how a technician can be reactive when an issue happens, how I can go troubleshoot and fix things and make sure my customer is happy. But what today's MSPs are focusing on is becoming proactive, right? So you have a contract in place and you are anyway getting a fixed fee for that contract or a recurring service contract running. So as proactive you are is what you have promised to them. So the lesser the downtime, the more profitable you are, and the client is also happy. So you becoming proactive also is super easy in SuperOps, while you can have all these assets, Linux, Mac, Windows, and also manage printers, routers, switches, firewalls, everything being monitored in one single panel. What we also do is help you create policies for all of them. So we have a very nice, robust policy management where I can clearly say how all of these are governed, how automatically they should be patched. For example, let me take maybe Windows Workstation for now. So I can clearly see what kind of alerts have I set up for Windows Workstation. What should I see? When should I get a blue screen error? So I can clearly scan for that particular event. And maybe whenever a BSOD alert is created, I can even auto remediate it saying, go ahead and run a script automatically. And there should be a blue screen script that I have or a BSOD script I have, then I can go ahead and add that. Or if you want, we can also take scripts from our community. We have a very vibrant community that you can take scripts from and start using for auto remediation. So I can go ahead and have alerts in place and how healthy the assets are. So I can maintain patches and patch schedules, how the reboot options are, etc., so that the assets are always healthy, that whatever I'm governing, and AV, software management, how every software is managed across these assets that I'm holding, and backup, all of that is managed in a single pane of glass for an owner and a manager as well, so that they can be super proactive about taking care of their business, that they're taking care of their lights are being always on rather than being reactive. So if you are not a break fix, your clients are not break fix, we are also encouraging a lot of our existing customers also to move break fix to managed services. And when you're going to do that, being proactive is going to be a fundamental thing. And you'd be able to do that pretty easily. And you can see the product is super intuitive. You don't need consultants. You don't need to pay 10K to a consultant to set this up. You will be up and running in no time. That's the value of SuperOps that we are showing in one single platform. Awesome. I'm just seeing if there are any questions at the moment, Scott. Anything that's popped up?
I don't see anything right this second. You're
Okay,
doing a
perfect.
great job of covering everything, though. I'm anticipating a question here shortly.
Awesome, Scott. So that is how, of course, you can become proactive. And there are a lot of additional elements to this unified solution. I spoke about documentation. So let's say I'm troubleshooting this particular asset. I need to really know the password and what are all the assets that are connected to this. What's the credential to run a particular script? Now, I don't need to go into a separate documentation to find that. That's right here. And another thing that we haven't touched upon is where it really matters, money. So I have a robust client management where I can also have my prospects that I'm looking to convert as customers, all my active clients who are on a contract with me, and I can go ahead and let's say I'm just going to take a sample client here and look into that particular client. You can clearly see what's a quick overview of the client. What's the asset overview? What's going on with our IT infrastructure? What's the revenue like coming from them? And I can have contracts built up for them saying, what am I providing them? Are they on retainer? If they are retainer, how much money have they left? So all that is in one single screen itself. So I can set all of these up. And of course, as you can see, it's a unified solution. I can still see the assets, their endpoints, documentation, tying back as well, because it's all in one single space. And then, of course, since I have all the contracts in place, my agreement in place, all you have to do is just work out of this beautiful solution, Scott. We are going to do all the grunt work, automate all the charges, whatever has to go according to the contract. And we have a nice, robust invoicing module where, based on the contract that you have set up, how you have to generate an invoice, when you have to get paid, invoices are automatically generated. And boom, that's it. The invoice is generated. It can be automatically sent and synced to your bookkeeping solution.
I love the client
That we have.
reference that you had. Saul Goodman, the Breaking Bad reference. I love it.
Absolutely. That's one of my favorite shows. That's going to be there sprinkled across the product. You will see two things. One is Saul Goodman, and also Office as a TV show. Dunder Mifflin is something you will be spotting.
Yeah.
Those are my two favorite TV shows.
Awesome. Yeah, those are great, both of them.
Yep, absolutely. So I think that's a quick overview of what actually SuperOps can do from a very high level, Scott. But now you can ask saying, yeah, all that's great. Now SuperOps can cover managing IT infrastructure, managing client communication, managing projects, documentation, and getting paid on time, which is great. Is there anything else unique with you guys? Of course, we have a lot actually, which is our unique selling points in the market as well, which is why we already have a lot of MSP partners driving these values out of SuperOps. One of the things that we do uniquely, Scott, is let's say you are on a ticket, and one of the things you saw is runbooks, which is great. You already spotted that. But many a times what we realized is, let's say Runbook told me about something, I tried fixing it, it's not really working, I'm having a to and fro with the client. Maybe internally I'm asking a question to maybe my boss or my mentor or my manager saying that, hey, do you know what I can do here? This is what happens on a general ticketing solution. But what we have also done is, what we realized is, as IT business owners, you sometimes have to check with a vendor about something. Sometimes you have to take ownership and find information and get back to your clients. Or sometimes you will even have subject matter expert, let's say a cybersecurity expert, who can weigh in on this particular issue and give you, a direction on how to go about this. But all this currently happens outside the system that you're working out of, let's say an email or a phone call or all of this. So what we have uniquely done to make sure everything happens in a one single screen is, we call this the site conversation, which is very unique to SuperOps, where I can literally take a sidebar with anybody I want about this issue. So I can quickly start a site conversation, and it can be, let's say, the expert of cybersecurity because I need help, or it can I need help, and the context is already added from the ticket. So I can just say, hey, can you look into this and get back to me? And that's about it. And all they have to do is just get back to via email, and that's going to come right here itself. So the best part is, 3 months down the line, your client is kind of disputing this particular ticket, saying, what really happened on this? Why did you spend so much time, etc.? Now, you don't want to go on a research spree on what really happened, right? So that
Right.
is why we have made sure that if I come into this ticket, my updates will clearly tell me what just happened on this ticket. I can clearly see, okay, who raised the issue, who answered what, somebody raised an approval, and I had a site conversation as well where somebody else weighed in on this. And that is why I gave the solution, which is why it took time in one single page. So that is what uniquely SuperOps solves for, where we are facilitating easy collaboration when you have to really get things done fast on top of runbooks.
Very nice.
Yep. So that is an overview of what we do, etc. But we are also an AI-driven company, and we are looking to innovate a lot with respect to automations. You already saw Runbooks, how you can automate using policies, ticketing automations, etc. But now is the year in 2024. You will see a lot more enhancements, because now we have spent a good amount of time building the platform. Now we have a platform in place with all the data flowing in. AI system is as good as its data that it's getting, right?
Sure.
Now, we are primed to launch a lot of automations that can be efficiency booster for MSPs based on AI. And one thing that we already have today is, let's say I go into policies that I was showing a little bit back. Let's say I'm just going to go to settings and policies. So many a times, of course, I can go ahead and configure these alerts, etc. But what we also do is intelligent alerting. So I can ask the AI to say, yeah, I don't want to sit and configure multiple alerts. I know what are all the important alerts. I will configure it. But if something is going south, let me know. So that's what the AI does. So I can monitor a CPU usage. I can monitor the memory usage. I can monitor disk usage. So when you enable this, what really happens is AI starts analyzing all the data that's coming in, and basically it's going to suppress noise for you, right? So it will really know, saying that if something is really off, is it a pattern or is it an anomaly? If it's a
Hmm.
pattern, then it's not going to really disturb you with an unnecessary alert, which is very noisy. Rather, but if it knows that something is really off, then it'll automatically create a ticket for you so that you can look into it. So you don't need to maintain an endless list of alerts and having a lot of noise and then managing these noisy alerts. We can leave it to AI as well. So these are all something that will come baked into the solution for making sure that their MSPs are super efficient, Scott. So these are all the couple of, let's say, unique pointers that I wanted to share about SuperOps. And our vision, Scott, or a vision or the mission of the product as well is, or the company as well through this product, is not to just give a set of tools, right, for an MSP. So end of the day, of course, whatever I showed, I can just tell, yeah, this feature, that feature, and you have ticketing, you have alerting, etc. All these are features. But where this product is headed is what I'm going to show or talk about as well. Is where this product is headed is to be an integral part of growth of the MSP. Right now, when we speak to an MSP, we see, I'm pretty sure even in today's live, we are going to have a lot of business owners with different vision. Somebody might say, I just need a revenue of 800K and I can have my retirement fund with that, and that's more than enough, and I'm happy with that lifestyle. Somebody is going to say, I want to be $1 million MSP. Somebody is going to say, I'm already at 2 million, I'm going to hit 5 million, right? So we have different MSPs at different parts of their journey. And what we want to do with SuperOps.ai is, whatever MSP you are, whichever journey you are in, how can we be part of your integral growth story? And how can you make decisions on a daily basis to reach your goal? Is what we will double down on and drive that value, which is the vision of this product, Scott. Of course, I have a couple of things to show that's coming up, like more like a exclusive sneak peek for the IT business owners group.
Awesome.
But before that, I just want to take a pause to see if there any questions, anything at all that I need to address at the moment from a product standpoint?
No questions just yet.
Awesome. Looks like maybe I'm doing a really great job that everyone's understanding what I'm saying.
You're answering everybody's questions.
Looks like that.
It's the AI.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that's what's powering me too. Awesome. So I think that's great. So this is what I want to share as an overview of what the platform does. Now, what we spoke is how it can impact a technician's life, how it's optimized for a technician's experience and happiness so that they can be super fast, and also how there are automations to make sure they are super efficient in a unified platform. We also quickly saw how managers can quickly look into what's going on, take data-driven decisions to run operations, raise invoices, and move on, etc. And now, you are, let's say, if you're an owner, maybe if you're a bigger organization, you're going to sit above all this. If you're a smaller organization, of course, you're going to be sitting in every part of this journey that we discussed as well. So, what is in it for an owner is how you can make data-driven decisions for your business and not rely always on the gut, right? So that is what we are driving through SuperOps. And one of the interesting things, Scott, we realized is we just saw what other players are doing in the market, and we just realized, oh, everybody's starting to give profitability reports. How profitable is your business, etc. Then, as SuperOps, we also wanted to build profitability reports immediately, of course. But then we just took a pause saying that, yeah, we are not a company which is going to build feature after feature, but if we are delivering something, it has to have value. Right. So then we understood, okay, how is this profitability calculated so I can make those decisions? We realized one of the crucial parts of calculating that profitability is actually calculating the time on amount of time that is spent in solving these tickets, how much time I'm putting into these tickets, and all of that, right? So in these cases, that's when I realized, is time tracking so accurate in this industry so that they can rely on that time tracked for running these profitability metrics? Happens to be not. I spoke to a lot of MSPs, then we realized a lot of them are just ballparking time. They said, yeah, this issue maybe I worked on this issue I worked back 2 days back, I
Sure.
totally forgot to add time, so I'm just going to put 45 minutes for this, right? And for most part, you have no clue how much time you're forgetting to log as well, which is leaving money on the table. All right. Without fixing that problem, if I just give you a profitability report, how good is that? Because I don't even have the data that's right. Right. So, which is why we thought, okay, let's solve it the right way. And we are actually releasing. This is the sneak peek that I wanted to show you, where it's going to be very interesting. Where we are taking a new take on how time tracking works itself for an MSP. So, quick look into what I wanted to show you here is I just making sure that the right screen is being displayed. Perfect. Yes. Let's say as an MSP, I showed all these flows. A ticket came in, I started tracking time, etc. Yeah, that's like the rosy land, right? That's perfect. Everything seemed perfect. But in reality, I'm going to be on a sample ticket, let's say a particular ticket, and somebody is going to call me saying something is going down. I'm going to jump on it, right? Or in reality, I am on site handling an issue A, but I just got pulled into issue A, B, C, D as well, right? So how am I going to account for all this work? Because that is what is super important to make sure that the business knows what's going on the ground. So that is why what we have done is to make sure. So let's say somebody calls me saying, hey, something's down and you have to check. Rather than first worrying about all other tools where a technician thinks, oh, I have to work on this. A customer is really frustrated on the call, but that's okay. I'll go through a huge form to first create a ticket and then worry about it later, right? So we said, let's not do that. This is very frictionless. This is why technicians are not logging time accurately. So we said, you have a problem, just jump on solving that problem. But the best part is you have a timer widget flowing throughout the product. And I can say, hey, our client from Acme, from Acme called me with an issue saying that that's an issue. I'm just going to start time. That's about it. No ticket, nothing. I just starting tracking the time. And now I could be going ahead and doing some troubleshooting, looking at what's happening, and the time will be tracking automatically. And for example, sometimes I hit a roadblock and maybe I got another call and they are pulling me into something else. And I'm going to Google to do some research, right, on how to even fix that problem. Now I'm completely out of that environment of tracking time. And you can see I was on some other issue. The time is being tracked in the PSA. And I'm already on Google doing something else because I'm working for some other client who pulled me into. How can I bring all of this together? That is why we said, let's be cool. And we launched a Chrome extension that is going to be there throughout wherever you're going. So I could clearly see, oh, actually, I'm not working on this. This is already running. Quickly pause that so that I can start another time saying I'm working on another issue that I got pulled into so that I can start tracking that time as well. And this you
Nice.
can do from our mobile app also. So let's say you're on the move and you have this time running. We have a nice mobile widget where your widget will clearly show saying, looks like you're on the move, but you are tracking time. Are you sure? Do you want to track some other time? Or is it good or etc.? So you can keep a very nice, tight view of wherever you are, wherever work happens. Tracking time now has become just a click away, Scott. And this is a unique solution that we are bringing into the MSP space. And this is a sneak peek that I'm showing the IT business owners group as well. This is going to be launched very soon. But this is for a technician. Now I have made sure that as a technician, I can track time very easily across. Since I started the tracking time in Chrome extension, now if I go back to the product and look into that, I can continue. You can see that the time is already being running there. Everything is in kind of sync, right? Now, as a technician, what I can do is rather than worrying about ticket, time tracking, and all of that, so many frictionless things, whichever work I'm doing, just a click away from your mobile extension, just keep tracking time. And just about when you are going to wrap up your day, come into timesheets and have a quick look into all the times that are running or what's going on or whatever you're logged for the day. Now I can quickly say, oh yeah, this is a server issue. Maybe there is already a ticket for that. I'm just going to search for it and associate it to that particular ticket. That's it. Or I was pulled into another issue where I didn't get a time to raise the ticket. I can just create a ticket on the fly for that particular customer, saying that, or which customer called me, what the ticket was about, and say, just going to say a sample ticket for now, and okay, priority is required, and hit save, and the ticket is automatically associated with that particular time. So all the frictionless elements that you have to do when creating a time, etc. Now what we have done is already it's part of the ticketing flow itself, and also it's part of the timesheet flow itself. And as you can see, now all the time and the tickets are all completely associated. And part of the delays that's happening on the screen, because it's a sneak peek, I'm actually using a developer environment. That is why. So this is not the production that I was showing previously. This is the production that this is what I'm giving a sneak peek on. Now I know that, okay, this time seems fine. I worked on how much time for the day, this many tickets, looks good. Now I can just log it to the business saying now add it as a work log. That's about it. Now, as a technician, I have reduced every friction they would have, tracking time and managing these work logs and creating a ticket and identifying which ticket to track time, all of that. Rather, I just said, just go ahead and work. We will elevate you to a reviewer. At the end of the day, just review all the time, hit work log and move on. So that's what we have done. But once you convert it into a work log, as a technician, we want to empower them as well. So what we are also doing is, as you can see on the screen, I can quickly see, okay, I have to get my payout for the week, and I have to make sure that I have contributed all the hours that I work for the business. So as a technician, I can quickly look into my calendar and have a look at, hey, have I contributed, attributed to all the work that I did? So last week, what are all the tickets I worked on? Yeah, seems fair. But on a Wednesday, I was on site pretty much, and I have logged only 3 hours billable. That doesn't seem right. So as a technician, I have the power to understand saying, oh, looks like I have forgotten to log something. So I can quickly look into the calendar and see where the empty spots are, and then realize, oh yeah, in the morning I forgot to log time because 10 to 12 I was on site, and quickly add a work log for that. right? So this is how we are empowering technicians to make sure that what they contribute to the business, they have a very nice, neat view on how they can go about it. And for, let's say, a business owner and a manager, we also have timesheets for all of them, where I can quickly see how my technicians are utilized, who's busy, who's
Nice.
not busy. Use my top rated technician busy with a lot of non billable work. Why is that happening? What's going on? Or similarly, how are my clients utilized? Let's say the top 5 clients are my top, let's say, paying clients and the biggest clients. Yeah, makes sense. But suddenly I see ABC client raising, this so much work. Let's say so much work logged against this client for this week, but I know that they are on my lowest plan. And why are they even consuming so much of my resources or utilization? So how can I look at all of these utilization data? Which group is utilized, where efficiency are? And when I find some problem saying, oh, why is this technician logging so much time? What went wrong? What's going on? All I have to do is just do a click and immediately know what worked on with the technician, look at their calendar view and say, okay, what's going on? Oh, looks like this is what's going on. We have to fix this problem, right? So this is how a manager and owner can make efficiency driven decisions, so that you don't take a month end, 3 months end report saying, oh, 2 months back they spent 24, let's say, for let's say 3-4 hours on a server reboot. You want to catch right then and there what's going on when you're running operations. So this is how we are empowering a lot of managers and owners there. And another best part is I can also see who's working on what in real time. So I can clearly see if somebody is working on a server reboot issue for more than 3 hours or 2 hours, I can immediately ping them saying, dude, do you need some help? Looks like you're spending a lot of time on this, right?
Yeah.
So that's something that you would be able to do as well, so that you are able to run an efficient operation, and making sure that your billable hours is maximized as an IT business owner, which leads to better profitability. So this is a sneak peek of what's coming as well, which I wanted to share to the IT business owner group. But I know I have talked a lot, I have spoken a lot. That might be a lot to take in. So I just want to see if there are any questions at the moment, or what would be great is for all of you to take it for a ride and say how amazing the tool was, or what you felt about the tool.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's no questions. I think the AI is still doing its job. So, um, but no, this is great. I'm super excited to learn even more. I know I see the fruits of your labor already here. So that's very clean. I love the run book. That's probably my favorite feature that I saw
Mhm.
today, because I'm not seeing any other provider offering that type of technology into the ticketing system. And that's what a technician does, is research problems. So if you can go in and alleviate the friction, sometimes a technician can't think of the right way to ask Google a question, and if the answers are already there pre-populated, certainly saves time, and like you said, reduces the friction. So very nice. Well, is there anything else you want to share? What about reporting?
Absolutely. That's something that I saved for the last, of course. So, with
Okay.
respect to reporting, when I showed all of this, that's a great point, Scott. Thanks for bringing that up. Now, when I have to make data-driven decisions, we have reporting, and since it's a unified platform, you are getting data across all of whatever we discussed. Now, we have custom reports that you can create on your own dashboards, what you want to watch, all of that.
Okay.
This is completely customizable, but we are giving stock reports as well. So I want to understand how my performance has been based on alerts came in, ticket came in, what was the load like, what kind of load did I address today, maybe a quick risk management report, alert
Wow.
report, or how did my help desk do, and for a particular time frame that I want, and I can quickly look into what's going on. Or even one of the reports, since it's an integrated platform, I can also understand how my business is doing. How is my revenue like? What is the revenue trend like? Is it consistent? Is it like a two? Maybe I'm having a lot of break fix clients. That's why I'm having a lot of dips and curves in this. And average days to payment, which client is taking a long time to pay? Who's paying really fast? And also clients ranking based on unpaid invoice. What are all the top clients top clients I have to call and get the money because it's hitting my cash flow? And also quickly understanding what's the revenue by client, and also understanding, aging as well, which client owes most money for the longer period of time, so that I can keep improving and keep improving these numbers, so that my cash flow and profitability is always staying on top for my business. Everything right from one single reporting suite itself. You don't need multiple solutions, multiple data, Excels, and number crunching to get all these. So you have all of that. And if you have to get down into, let's say, asset activity reports that you have to send out as a PDF, patch details, patch summary report for compliance purposes, etc., you don't need to you don't need to worry about creating all this. All you have to do is just go ahead and create one for that client, and you can just take it as a PDF, and the PDF is downloaded. So you will get a nice patch summary
Nice.
report, which you can say saying, go ahead, supply it for your compliance. We are good. So it all seems fine. So all of that reporting kind of takes care. And also, if you like a lot of number and data crunching, we have our data reports where you can decide what data in which column and what kind of crunching I'm going to do. So all of that, what I'm showing is pretty much like a platform. It's custom, and I can create as many dashboards and reports that I want, so that there are two things. Whatever decisions I have to take as a business for my business, what data I need, you will for sure get out of this. And two, as a business owner, how I can show value to my clients, and what are all the data that I need to put together to show that value. You can choose to do that, because all these reports you can even quickly share on a schedule, saying monthly. You can send a report to your client saying, you know what, this is what we have been adding to your life actually, right? So that's what the reporting suite of SuperOps does, Scott.
Awesome. Yep. So that's very clean. I love all the different reports. I'm a visual person, so when I look at dashboards and stuff, I like to see colored graphs because they all mean something.
Absolutely.
So awesome. That's one of the nicest reporting systems I've seen. Actually, the whole product, the whole platform is very, very, very mature. So I really like it.
That's
So
awesome. Thank you so much, Scott. I'm glad to hear that.
So, Aki, I want to wrap it up with one thing. I'm going to ask you a question. What is the best way if we've got members who are currently watching this live stream and they're interested in learning more about SuperOps AI and want to take it for a test drive themselves? What's the best way for them to do that?
The best way is to just go to our website and sign up for a free trial. No card details on file, etc. You can go ahead, and it's just a quick process to sign up. It's superops.ai/sign up, and you would be able to sign up for a free trial right from here. And the best part is for exclusive for IT business owners group who have been looking into this demo and who's going to take this for a trial run. If you're interested, we also have special offers running till the end of till the end of December actually, so that
Okay.
you can take that as well. So just let one of our folks know that you are from the IT business owners group, and we'll make sure that you get exclusive benefits and offers on SuperOps.ai.
That's awesome. Well, Aki, I can't thank you enough for your time, your hospitality, and a wonderful demo. I know a lot about SuperOps AI now, so thank you so much, and we'll have to do this again.
Definitely, Scott. Thank you so much for the time today, and
Awesome.
for everyone on live. Thank you.
Sounds great. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll talk soon.
Yeah, you
Bye bye.
too. Bye.